Hey guys, Mixed Media Girl here. So today I am doing a gorgeous dirty resin pour on a tumbler, and this is a 2-for-1 project. So I'm using gold mica powder, also some gold dust mica powder, and then white and red Alumilite resin dyes. And I'm doing this project with the Mixed Media Girl Artist Resin. This is mixed equal parts A and B. I like to put part B in first and then part A. It just makes it a little bit easier to mix. And you'll stir for about 3 to 4 minutes. Now, if it is cold, I do recommend preheating your resin a little bit. You can stick the bottles in front of a heater for about 15 minutes before you mix them up. And then once your resin is ready to go, we're going to add the colors. So I'm using the Alumilite red dye. This is a translucent dye. And then I've got the Alumilite white dye, which is opaque. And for this project, it is important to have a variety of opaque and transparent colors. If you have all transparent colors, they will just kind of all blend together and you'll just have one color on your tumbler. Now this is the gold polycolor mica powder. And then I'm also using a little bit of the gold dust polycolor mica powder. And this is basically a really, really fine glitter. It is super sparkly and gorgeous. Add your resin to your colors. You're not going to use more than about 10% of the colorant in ratio to the resin. So about 1 part colorant to 9 or 10 parts resin is sufficient. Get those well stirred up, especially the micas, and then we are ready to go. Now, I'm going to do this as a dirty pour project, just like if I was doing an acrylic pour, but with resin. So to start off with, I'm putting the tumbler on my cup turner, and you can see underneath here I have a silicone mold to catch all of the runoff, and that gives me an awesome 2-for-1 project. And then I'm going to layer my resin colors in 1 cup. And you can see I'm pouring slowly down the side here so as to not mix the colors too much before I start pouring. And I'm layering them fairly deliberately with the white in between so that I get that contrast of the opaque and the transparent. The gold mica powder is also pretty transparent, so just kind of keep in mind you'll want to learn which of your colors is transparent and which is opaque. All right, once I've got my cup full, I'm going to go ahead and pour it over the tumbler, but I wanted to start off with a little bit of a base coat here just to make it easier to get full coverage. And I decided to just go with gold for the base coat. You could absolutely use clear or any other color, or just use, one of your colors. I did a really thin layer of the gold, just spreading it around with my hand. You could use a brush or something else to spread it, but I find this to be much easier, and I like to not have extra tools to clean. Once I got my base layer on there, I just went right in there with my beautiful dirty resin pour cup. Pour very slowly. You want to make sure that you get the entire cup covered before you run out of resin. And then when you get to the top of the cup around the edge, pour just really slowly. And I sometimes get in there with my hand and kind of help that top edge. You shouldn't really have to worry about accidentally getting resin on the inside, but it could happen. And if so, it comes off very easily once dry. Now, after I got my dirty pour cup on there, I went in with some individual colors just to have them stick out a little bit more, particularly the transparent colors, the red and the gold. And I just took my stick and kind of striped them on there after. Now, if your cup is at all uneven on the cup turner, you will kind of notice a little ball of resin that develops on the bottom. So watch out for this, and you may want to just scrape it off just to be safe. And now we're going to work on the tray. So it's pretty easy to slide the cup off to the side, and then I just slowly tilt my tray until I have the design that I want and the coverage that I want. Keep in mind it's resin, it's going to move, it's not going to stay exactly like that. And then I sprayed it with 91% isopropyl alcohol and then added my handles. As a note, you do not want to use a torch or a lower than 91% grade isopropyl alcohol on here. And the alcohol is just to help pop the air bubbles. Let the cup spin for at least 24 hours before turning the cup turner off. And I do put a clear coat on this once that first layer is dry, and that way it is food safe. And same thing for the tray. I like to put a clear coat on the top once that first layer is dry within about 24 hours. Here are the pieces dry and complete. I really love this cup. I think it's just gorgeous. The colors really pop. Great for the holidays. And this can be 2 individual gifts, or you can give them as a set. Or, of course, you can just keep it for yourself. Great for like holiday party decor. The tray is good for all kinds of things. You can display things on it. You can use it for cupcakes or really whatever you'd like. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.